So why my now it is starting. Oh, charging. So we'll discuss about a VPN. So we discussed about a different things in the networking related, but this is a little different topic. Okay. We discussed about a private network and public network. So what is the private network? I'm in my private network. Private network means I have a computers, laptop, my all are connected, all can able to communicate each other. That is my private network within in my premises. The devices can communicate each other within my building or within my floor. I connected these devices and they can communicate each other. It's like a my intranet. It is intranet, not internet, intranet. Okay, that is my private network. What is internet? For example, I want to access something outside of my network. Outside of my network. My network means it is like I want to access google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com. How can we access? Through the internet only. Without internet, you can't access YouTube, right? Because YouTube server is not inside your private network. It is outside of your private network. So compulsory required internet. So that is private and this is public. YouTube.com, Facebook.com, Gmail.com, these are all in the public available. So if you are connected to internet, so you can access it. That is internet. 1 second. Sir. Okay. So two things. So we'll go to that a different type of network now. So private network, public means to connect internet. What we need a modem, we need a router, we need a Wi-Fi router. Like that, we use it, right? So that is private, and this is public. This is public's available devices. You want to connect, you need a internet connection. Okay. So then what is this VPN part? We'll see. Before VPN, I want to tell what is this leased lines kind of stuff. Again. So first of all, a private network. A private. In your organization, this is not for home purpose. First of all, this VPN concept is not for a home purpose. This is for organizations or a enterprise purpose. Okay, not even a small business kind of stuff. It is for enterprises, bigger organizations. So for example, in my organization, I have a different setup is there. In my head office, I have it's a New York office. Okay, it is a kind of head office or a corporate office, you can see. Okay, so there is a servers, like a data center is there, web servers, database servers, storage servers, application related servers, okay, authentication servers, networking components like a routers, switches, everything is there. Okay, so that is my data center. So this is my simple data center. Okay, so this is my data center. Okay. I am working here. Think is user from here. Think like this user working in the same office. Both are in the same LAN network. Both are in the same LAN only. Both are in the same office. Both are in the same LAN. Only thing is these servers are put it in a one cabin and this guy is connected through a switch like this. Okay. For example, he has to access this machine. Okay, you can able to access just like he access in the LAN, right? With the same kind of IP address, right? So like a same private IP, he can able to access through the same IP. LAN communication, because both are in the same LAN network, both are in the same logical network mainly. So they will connect and communicate. Okay. For example, he is maybe a database administrator. Okay, is a database guy. So database administrator or developer. This is a database server. He is connecting this database server and accessing the LAN. Okay. In a private network. Understand, guys, this first part, first one, first diagram.
Yes, sir.
Second, I have a Hyderabad office. Okay. Hyderabad, a branch office is there. Here also I have some servers are there. So maybe a replica, like some database server, say maybe some application production related server, or maybe development servers are there, or maybe storage servers, and user is also there. This is a user and want to connect to this server. How he will connect? Because this is entirely one single LAN, he will connect directly with it's a local private IP address only. So you don't require routers like internet is not required. All are intranet. For this one, so this is intranet. For this one, this is intranet. Okay, so they can communicate in their organizations. But this guy maybe want to access this database server, or maybe he want to access this web server. Maybe he want to access the storage. Maybe he want to access something like a CI by CD server, like a Jenkins server. It is there in this network, but the guy person is here in another geographical location. So how it is possible? Think like this. You have to connect it to internet. If in case you are connected to internet and then you given access to this person, you are connected to internet, your infrastructure, you connected to internet. What happened? Anybody can come into your infrastructure, right? You can put a website in the internet. You can put a website in the internet. Like for example, here it is, you can see, you can put a website in the internet. What is the background of this one? Background database servers, background web servers. Okay, website is publicly accessed, not the server. Cannot put a server directly in public. You should not put it. Okay. So if you give into the connected to the public IP and publicly accessible means any person can able to access. So that is not a correct idea. So what is that one? So what is this company will do? Both are same company. Both are same 70s, for example. Okay. So what they will do it, they'll create a legal line between the organization. Okay. Legal line between these organizations. Both are same organizations, both are same company. One is at New York office, another is at Hyderabad office. Okay. So they do a dedicated line called a leased line. These leased lines are dedicated bandwidth, means fixed bandwidth it is. It's not up to, because if you take internet, broadband connection internet, 50 Mbps. You can see there is a up to 50 Mbps, up to 40 Mbps, up to 100 Mbps. Means it can be 0, it can be 1 Mbps, it can be 2 Mbps, it can be 50 Mbps, it can be 60 Mbps. It is up to, okay, up to 50% discount, up to 70% discount. It can be 5% discount also. Up to, it is depends upon the traffic, it depends upon the regular broadband traffic. So you will get it morning 5 o'clock, full speed internet, 7 o'clock, less speed, little less, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So people start using Instagram, they will open Instagrams, Facebook, right? So internet speed will go on. Evening, again busy, 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 busy. So at night, again after 12 o'clock, maybe it is free. I mean, nowadays people are doing night batting also, because the Netflix and Amazon Prime. So overnight series, web series, people are using, but at least somewhat lesser compared to thing. Okay, early morning it is definitely very high speed. So why? Because it is, so bandwidth is shared bandwidth. There it is shared bandwidth. Your broadband connection is shared bandwidth. It means same bandwidth by lot of people. There is no dedication for you. But this is dedicated bandwidth. It means if they give 10 Mbps, surely it is 10 Mbps only. Not lesser, not more. You take 50 Mbps, definitely it is 50 Mbps. So data transmission from one place to another place is always constant. That is what a leisure line. It does not mean the companies will put a one wire from New York to Hyderabad. They cannot put one single wire from there to here. So they will contact with the ISP. So in their ISP, in our ISP, so we have to ask for a dedicated connection from this point to this point. From this point to this point, we need a dedicated connectivity. So it is via ISPs, you will get this connection. Virtually it is leased a single line, but actually it is go through the ISPs. And it is paid. It's not a much lesser cost. It is again every month for public IP, private IP connectivities. The all these things payment is very high. Leased lines, it's like your complete private line, and it is not required any encryption because the line is completely private. Okay, so this is people connect with the laser lines, different geographical locations. So they need to connect their infrastructures, and user has to access these infrastructures like a local LAN. Like how this guy is connected to this database server in the local IP, same way this user is also can able to connect to that server with their local IP address only. Okay, so this user is does not feel it is the server is there in the somewhere location. No, it is simply it is look like a local connection only, because this leisure line make the connectivity like that only. It between two organizations or two or more organizations, they will connect, and their infrastructures in the different locations and users in the different location are communicate each other just like there are in the same LAN network only. Okay, understand that point, guys? Finally,
Yes, sir.
very good. So it is
Yes,
a
sir.
fixed bandwidth and private line. So what is a leased line? A leased line is a reserved circuit between two communication point that is always active and rented for monthly fee. Leisure lines are dedicated, meaning that Any bandwidth associated with the leased line is solely for private, organizational use purpose only. Fixed bandwidth, stable connectivity. Broadband is shared bandwidth. You will get up to speeds. These leased lines also having different types of connectivity standards are there. T1, E1 standards also there. Okay, a leased line. Okay, yeah. So what is this VPN then? So I told VPN then, but I'm explaining about leased line. So we'll see that one. I have another branch office. For example, we have a Noida branch office, Pune no branch office. Okay, usually I will take Pune as a branch office. So this is Noida location. Okay, so here the user is also there working. For example, there is some development team or maybe some testing team is working in the Noida, for example. They also need to connect these servers. Okay, CI by CD actually for testing purpose, they need to run this one. Or maybe they want to access some storage from here. Okay, maybe they have to access the database server. Maybe they have to access some application server here. Okay, so there are also people who are working on the same organization and some different location. Think like this. It is a small branch office. Leased lines are costly. It is a small branch office and it cannot afford to create these leased lines. It cannot afford to the leased lines for the small branch offices. In certain places, we cannot go for the leased lines. Certain places, the lines are not feasible for these leased line configurations. Sometimes it is not, we cannot put a leased line because that amount of money you are spending on leased line is very high for that branch office. Okay, you cannot put that money. It is a wasting. So what these people will do it, they'll put a one VPN server here. The VPN server can be a Windows server or a Linux server, or it can be a firewall. In some firewalls, we have a features like a VPN features also there. Okay. So one side of the VPN is at your private network. Another side of VPN server is to your public network. This is the public network. You can connect to your public network. Okay. So this is connected to your public internet connection. This is my VPN server. Our organization already decide which user can able to connect to the infrastructure, which user cannot able to connect. Okay, so there is a user list is also there. Is can be allowed and not allowed kind of stuff. They use some authentication servers are there. Active Directory also they can use it. AAA radius servers are used to identify the user, authenticate and authorize the user to access through VPN server. So what they will do it, they use a VPN server, either it can be a firewall with the VPN features or Windows server or Linux server by configuring as a VPN server. In this office also they will put one VPN server, like they have general broadband connection to connect it to internet, and in this firewall or maybe a VPN server they will configure VPN server. So what they will do it, whenever a connection is established, whenever a connection is established between this VPN server and this from here to here, from this New York office to Noida office, whenever a, a connectivity is established between this VPN server to this VPN server, so people access this private network from this private network, just like they are accessing in the same local network only. It means how this guy is accessing, the same way these people also can able to access these infrastructures, application server, a database server. They can easily access it. Depends upon their authentication. But here what we have done, so in the office, in this in the New York office as well as in Noida office, we put both VPN servers there. We connect both VPN server via public internet. Okay, public internet. So what happened between these two VPN server? They create a tunnel. Okay, between these 2 points, they create a tunnel. 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 Okay, so these users are communicating to this New York office infrastructure through this tunnel only. This tunnel is encrypted. Even it is communicating through the public, your data is not exposed. Your data is not exposed. Your identity is not exposed. Your data is not exposed. Why? Because you are traveling through the actual tunnel. It is encrypted. Your data is encrypted. So someone is trying to steal your data. Someone is trying to tap your data, take your data and try to analyze and find it something. They cannot do it. Why? Because of data is encrypted. This is called a site to site. One organization to another organization, both are connected through VPN. This site VPN to that site VPN, both are connected via public network, via internet. Virtually, it is private network. The tunnel, we are using a tunnel on the public network. That's why it is called a virtual private network, VPN, virtual private network. So this is one story plus one story. So one more addition. This is branch office, but mostly people doing work from home, right? When this corona came up, so earlier you want to do a work from home, you have to do a special permission. Like you have to put a like I have to go to my hometown for some wedding I have to attend or festival I have to attend. No problem, you can attend, but to do work from home. Okay, because you cannot take a leave. Only one day you can take a leave. 5 days you have to do the work from home. Okay, like that people are managing. At Corona time, all are getting work from home, but some are seriously required to access their infrastructure to work. Their database servers or maybe their application server they develop here and they push into their machines, right? So then they are testing. They have to do it. They cannot do it in their machines, right? They have to do it in their own infrastructure at a office. So what they have to do? So compulsory, they have to connect. But earlier I told branch office, but this is home. In your home, you have a internet connection, of course, and you have a laptop, right? Or laptop or a desktop, you have it. From your laptop, you are connected to internet. Right? ఎందుకు మధ్యలో ఉన్నాను 5 minutes అయితే అయిపోతుంది క్లాస్ మధ్యలో ఉంటుంది. మంచిది మంచి లైన్ లో ఉన్నాను ఒక 5 minutes ఉంటుంది మనకి ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్నాను. Okay, so when you from your laptop when you send a request to the VPN, you lose it. మనకి కేసులు పడవు దానికంటే One for 2 minutes, sir, is the last point. 2 minutes. 1 second, guys. Yeah, take a 10 minutes break. I will continue the study.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you.